Namaskar. Thank you, Pragya, a Chennai based NGO, for having invited me to this poetry reading session. Pragya is an NGO from Chennai. They have been conducting this special program since 2008 by inviting writers to read their creations against gender violence and to create social awareness about this grim reality. I would especially thank Professor K. Srilata, a very dear friend and an eminent poet herself, and Swarna, a poet and critic, for giving me this opportunity to read one of my creations on gender violence. In fact, I'm trying to create awareness against gender violence through this poem. The title of the poem is Letter to My Unborn Daughter. I took long 20 years to write this letter to my unborn daughter, whom I lost 20 years back to violence, domestic violence. I could never gather the courage to write about her. But then, recently, there was a book on epistolary poems, and they requested me to write a poem, and I somehow could gather the courage to write it, and today I got an opportunity to read it for you. In the poem, I'm using the Panchamahakanyas as the metaphor. My daughter, whom I lost 20 years back, I am requesting her, I am asking her to come back to me as my daughter once again and use the best powers, the strengths of the Panchamahakanyas and avoid the avoidable ones. And the poem starts with a with the existential reality of gender violence, but definitely the poem ends in a positive note where I am asking my daughter, my unborn daughter, to possess, to have all those qualities of courage, conviction, power, and strength like Kali, like the goddess, so that she will be the one to decide her destiny herself. No one else can do that, should do that for her. And I am inviting my daughter to come back to me as a woman of power. So here is the poem for you. Letter to my unborn daughter. Tiny limbs smeared with my fresh, inflamed blood, oozing out of my womb, gushing in fact. I knew I had lost you. Then and there, shattered, the sadomasochist burped then and snored. In a short while, when the maid rushed us to the local hospital, I heard what you never uttered. Ah, heal us, protect us, you and me and you, mom and her little girlie, wish to take the world in their stride. Today, a letter to you, my unborn daughter. After long 20 years, 2 decades of quiet travail, telling our tales to your younger brother, with a bleeding heart, I smile with exuding tears. Smile to see my dream daughter alive in her brother little, so full of love and compassion, so much a feminist, humanist male, so strong to hold mom's head high, so much you, so much me, so as I would have loved to have you. Ah, there was such rays over a female fetus growing up to be a girl of power and conviction like mother, or like the Panchamahakanyas and the marital reaps, the threats to snatch you any given day if I dissent, and then the termination. If at all there is a next birth for you, my little fairy, come back to my womb. Life minus you is such dreary. If you need not play the games that the heart must play. Pronounce before birth, you are not going to be the woman of clay. Like Ahilya, never fall prey to Indra's trickery. If ever you do, Do it by your choice, not anyone else's, neither Gautam's nor Indra's. Your penance need not be broken by Lord Ram, the one who judged his own wife. You need not regain your human form by brushing his feet. Remain that dry stream, that stone, till you find a way to my womb once again in another life, another yug. You need not be condoned of your guilt. You never were guilty. Let Indra be cursed, castrated, concealed by 1,000 vulvae that eventually turn into 1,000 eyes. Or, like Draupadi, take your birth from fire. Be an incarnation of the fierce goddess Kali or the goddess of wealth Lakshmi, but never be the sacrificial goat to accept 5 husbands just because someone else deliberated that. If an Yudhishthir drops you at the Himalaya because you loved Arjun more, look in his eyes and declare, loud and clear, it's your right to live, love, and pray, while never deriding the Duryodhan and Karn of your destiny. Live laudable, my dear. Nor Kunti be your role model, but if ever you propitiate the sage Durvasha, who grants you a mantra to summon a god and have a child by him, then take the responsibility. Take the charge. Don't you recklessly test the boons life grants you by haze, nor invite the sun god Surya, give birth to Karna and abandon. An unborn child is much better than the one rejected forlorn. Or if ever you are Tara, the Apsara, the celestial nymph who rises from the churning of the milky ocean, be the Tara, Sugriev's queen and chief diplomat, the politically correct one, the woman in control of herself and folks around. In the folk Ramayans, or be Mandodari, the beautiful, pious, righteous Ravan's dutiful wife who couldn't be his guiding force, Bibhishan's compliant wife, the indomitable grace. Be you, the elemental, candid, real woman who is my ideal. Don't ever let another female fetus be the victim of sadomasochism, unlike your fragile, fledgling mom. Be all that she could never be. Accept my prayer before birth. Moon, rain, oceans, and the blue firmament, shining stars, and the sun aglow are all I have. You must call them your own, my unborn daughter. Forgive me, my love, for you died with all the petals falling from my autumny breast, the breast that you never suckled. You rain on my being and burn my heart, but calm my soul. You will stay indomitable, taking new lives every single day in mom's prayers, poetry, social responsibilities, ecofeminism, messages, voices, layers of thoughts and action. My girl, I am what I decided to be after losing you, only after losing you. That is the euphemism. I am not just a woman since that fateful night I lost you, but entire womankind. Now I am a woman of full circle. Within me there is the power to create, nurture, and transform. I rediscover pieces of myself through your unborn narrative in the resonance of my quirky confluence. Thank you. And thank you, Srilata and Swarna, for giving me this opportunity to read my poem. Thank you.